Okay, we're going to be working on problem 3-10 with AutoCAD. I will have a handout for you to look at so that you can follow along. But I'm going to set this aside and go to my AutoCAD at this time. I'll be referring to a sheet of paper that I have printed out of this drawing. So, in this drawing, as you refer to it yourself, you'll see that we've got a center line, vertical, and we've got a couple of angular dimensions, one going to the left at 52 degrees, one going to the right at 35 degrees. We've got a radius of 4.25 and 3.63. We also have a diameter circle of 2.5, and we've got a hexagon, and that's going to be, since we're going to flats, well, that's going to be circumscribed, and the diameter side to side is 1.5. So let's begin our drawing. I think I'm going to go ahead and draw the diameter 2.5 first. Diameter, my number locks are on 2.5. I like to use my keypads. I'll zoom in to a point where I'm satisfied. Now I can go ahead and draw my hexagon, and I'm going to go with a polygon, and I'm going to pick 6 for the number of sides. I touch the edge, find the center, left click, and like I said, we're going circumscribed, so we're pulling the flat. Now, since the point of the hex is straight up, I want to go make sure my ortho's on, and that's a function 8, and I want to pull. Now notice right here that this is drawing as a radius. However, my dimension is given as a diameter. So I need to take the diameter dimension of 1.5 and divide it by 2 to get 0.75. Now look, that's correctly sized, but look what happened. The orientation went 90 degrees off for me, so I want to rotate this now 90 degrees. So I'm highlighting the hex, click rotate, find the center point, pull vertically. There we are. Okay. Now, I'm looking at the rest of my drawing. I see a radius 4.25, but look where the center point of that radius is. It's above what I've just drawn, somewhere up here. And there's no way for me to know where that point is, so I need to find something else, and I see it. I see a vertical dimension of 2.5 from the center point of my circle and hex down to the bottom of the shape of the image altogether. So I'm just going to get a line, go from here down 2.5, and I'm going to clear that. Now what can I do? Well, I've got a radius 4.25 from that point. I wonder if I can find a circle command that I can work with. I could do this, I think. But that's a radius, a diameter. So I'm going to have to double my number. 4.25 is 8.5, so 8.5. Is that right? Let's click on it. Where's the center point? Right there. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Now from there, from this center point, I'm going to do a radius 3.63. So radius 3.63. Now I need to do a fillet of 0.5 here, and a fillet of 0.75 there. Let's see if we can do that. Matter of fact, I'm going to do a different circle. I'm going to do a tan radius. Tan radius. First tangent, second tangent, 0.5. Tan radius. First tangent, second tangent, 0.75. Now, from here, I want to come, let me think just a second here. No. Let's stretch this up to this point here. Now I'm going to draw the angle over here, and it's an angle 52 from vertical, so it's reading 90 degrees right now. Take my ortho mode off. I'm going to add 52 to 90, and that's going to be 142. So look, I'm going to hit my tab. Now I can change the angular dimension from 146 to 142. There it is. Now I'm going to do the same thing, but go the other direction. Straight down is 90. This way I'm subtracting. I need to subtract 35 from 90, so that's 55. Yep. Now I need to trim. I'm going to trim. Now, looks good. Right now I want to change this to a center line dimension. So I'm going to come up to my line types, and I do not see a center line, so I'm going to have to load a center line, and I just go down until I see center. I'm going to click this one. Highlight this again. Go back to line type. Center line. Nice. Now I need to add some dimensions. I want to do a radius 4.25 dimension, so I'm going to come to here. Radius 4.25. Radius 3.63. Diameter 2.5, and then a linear dimension from here to the bottom, 2.5. Now, I see some decimals that I want to remove. There's too many decimals. I want to get it down to two decimal places instead of 4. So I'm going to come up to annotate, left click, dimensions, this angled window, modify, primary units, precision, 2 decimal spaces. Okay. Very good. So we changed the decimal places to 2. And I want to, let's dimension this hex. Let's just make sure we're right. We should be 1.5, and we are. So I want to label this with a name. I'm going to click, let's see what my font. Let's click single. Too big. How do we change that? Well, let's come back up to annotate. Well, we have to get out of that. Annotate. Well, let's just go back. Let's just do multi-line. Let's call it problem 3-10. I like cap locks on PROBLEM 3-10. Now, let's say we want to make this a little bigger. I'm going to right click, highlight, right click properties. Then I'm going to go to text height and change that to 0.5. There we are. I want to do one other thing. I want to change the line weight of my drawing. Make it a little bit more visible. Once you start adding dimensions, it's not as clear where your drawing is, so changing the line weight helps. This 3-tab display needs to be up where I'm pointing now. If it's not, click right here, customization, make sure that your line weight is checked. If it is, then it should be here. So I'm going to go ahead and make it turn blue by clicking it. Now I'm still highlighted on my drawing, and I'm going to change my drawing to 0.3 millimeter. Now look, you can see how this added weight to my drawing, and it's more easily visible now. Okay? And there we have a completed drawing, problem 3-10.